I reckon it just pops straight into us in the menu. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Dude, we could use this as the intro.
Pretty much. Or not?
Yeah, man, you know what? No, I don't see why not. Yeah, let's get into it. The fucking New Year's story. I mean, I guess we can start with like how it come about, where it was, you know,
Where was the location?
where was it? It was actually at my house, my father's house. There was all sorts. There was fucking Dad had his mates. There were a couple of my mates. There was just bulk people everywhere. People from the backyard to the front yard, like it was chockers, like proper fucking, like proper party team, and it was good fun. There was no real, like, there was no one there that was really causing, like, you know, you've always got one person who's always just fucking making a cunt of themselves and it's just a problem. It's just like, no, leave. Yeah, no, none of those. It was actually good, or at least no one was that drunk yet. They'll probably get in there. Yeah, probably. So I think the party would have started about like what, 7, 8 o'clock. So we fucking tying in. I own that VE. You know that. I'm not sure if I told you much about that VE I had. The
VE Valiant.
So yeah, we had that Valiant sitting in the backyard, and we'd thrown this New Year's party. It was going well. It was going well, and one of my dad's mates. I've known him for fucking ages, and he's fucking different. He's a different breed. This one, cracker bloke, but fuck, he just, yeah. Every time we have like a party or an event or something, he'll bring fireworks. This is sort of just what happens. He always gets this fucking thing of fireworks and always carts them along. It's normally good fun.
Like
good fun. Yeah, like it's a thing, you know. Old mate brings the fireworks. We fucking set them off. It's fucking skits. Especially on New Year's, there was more fireworks. There was an abundance of fireworks. And where my house is, there's like a big bus depot. It's like this massive shed, like huge shed, and it used to be filled with buses. Now it's like a storage facility thingy. Yeah, the old, it's like an old bus depot.
Yeah.
So, and my house is right next to this. It's like no one lives there, no one's there. It's just completely like just done out. And we had these fireworks, right? We had these fireworks. We had this bus depot, and we had a VE Valiant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the fucking. We started off. We went onto the roof of this like old bus depot, right? We went onto the roof, but we climbed up there. Me and Dad's mate. We climbed up onto this bus depot and we're setting fireworks off, and we're like, oh yeah, this is great. This is before midnight. We did the midnight ones after, but we set off like a couple small ones because we were like, oh yeah, this is the spot. This is where we're setting them off.
Yeah.
And then I don't know whose idea it was, but someone come up with the idea to put some in the trunk, in the car, and on the car. The VE, right?
The VE.
In the car and on the car, we set a couple off in the boot, and it was funny, right? You set a couple fucking fireworks off in the boot. There was a bit of noise. There wasn't really fucking much, much to see though. Like it all just went off in the boot, and then that's when we were like, okay, let's set some off in the car. So we fucking got this big fucking one, like this huge, like mammoth thing. It's like this. I'm not sure if you get fireworks that like just shoot up and, you know, create a bit of a fucking thing, and that's about it. He had these fireworks that you could hold, right, and they would shoot like shit out the end. Like, you would hold these fireworks and they would shoot like fucking like fireballs out the end.
Jesus fuck.
He put one of them in the car. I think we had like three or four. He put one in the car, and we were like, okay. And you could see through the windows. I was like, yeah, that's skits. That's great. You know, we're still getting a bit of a dude. We're all pissed as fuck. Anything and everything was great.
Yeah.
And then we started to ramp it up a bit, like considerably. We got one of them cannons, right? Not the same one. These were the ones that we set off in the car. Were like big, like quite the fucking spectacle. We got like a littler one, like a little fucking yeah, just like a little like sort of miniature version, and we taped it to another, let's say, participant at the parties. Right, we taped their hands together and taped this firework in his hands. Like proper, like fucking, like proper taped it. Except we didn't do it facing out, because there's no real point in taping his hands if it's facing out. Like, you might as well just be fucking holding it. We taped it inverted, so it was like facing like at his balls. Like, we had it so it was facing his balls, and he was all game for this. It's not like he was heaps pissed. I'm like, yeah, get the fucking, grab him, fucking straddle the cunt, take him to the ground, tape some fireworks to his fucking nads, and light him and push him out into the fucking yard. No, no. He's just had big fucking balls on him and was just like, yeah, this is game. And then yeah, we went for it. So we lit it, and you could see how much he had changed his mind within like the 0.5 seconds of seeing that fuse on the fucking firework. Like, just spark. Like, you could just tell, like, he was just fucking, like, instant regret. Like, what the fuck am I doing? He looked up. Like, I'm not sure if you know the look, but he just looked up. No, he looked up with this look that was just like, help me. Like, what the fuck? The next, like, 10 to 15 seconds were golden. I've got, like, a video somewhere of this bloke running around the backyard with, dude, like, full fucking Irish river dancing this shit, trying to avoid the fucking, like, trying to avoid his shoes he was, like, wearing these Jordan 1s, like, these fucking, like, $300 Jordan 1s, which really wasn't bright. You don't wear nice shoes to parties, because they just get ruined. Yeah. But he was just, all you could hear was just like, not my shoes, not my shoes. There was just fucking, it was golden. And, so yeah, he's running around like a headless chook, just fucking parading around like a fucking human sparkler. And it was just, dude, it was a sight to see, it really was. And then we decided to amp it up a tad more. Same bloke, he was still fucking game, because he didn't really suffer any major injuries. I think he got like a bit of a fucking, I think he was just complaining because he had he got a couple fucking, like, you know when you're welding or like angle grinding or something and you get like them sparks? Yeah. Come off and hit you. Yeah. That's how he described it, and that's when it did hit him. He avoided it for the most part. He sort of just held the fucking firework like between his legs and shot it out behind him. Yeah. Yeah, he was game for another go. And we were like, okay. let's get one of the big ones that we set off in the car. We're like, alright, let's get one of the big cunts. And do the same thing, alright? So we grabbed one of the fucking big ones and we did the same thing. We taped his hands together, we fucking stuck it between his... And this thing's long, right? The other one was about, like, I don't know, the size of your forearm, let's say. So you could sort of direct it. It was almost weightless. It was, you could sort of move it about. This other one was fucking, like, big. Like, it was, like, long. And it was fucking, like, just, yeah, it was... he didn't even consider this until after he'd gotten into it. You could see him, like, trying to already pre-prepare getting it between his legs so he, like, wouldn't, like, get caught in it, and it just wasn't happening. Like, you could see him, like, struggling, and just, dude, again, the fucking second it happened, just again, that look, he just looked up at us with that look of regret, and we were like, oh, fuck. And we were actually scared this time. We were actually scared. We were like, fuck, is he actually, like, can he move? Is he, like, full fucked here? Because he looked like he couldn't, like, barely move his arms.
Oh, no.
It looked like he was just, like, wedged between his fucking nads. So we're like, alright. Yeah, we're like, okay. Fuck. But, we didn't do anything. We just fucking were like, we all sort of realised simultaneously, like, okay, this isn't great. What are we going to do about it? So we all backed up about 20 metres and just watched this cunt just fucking go off. We lost him in the fucking, like the light it was making. Like, we lost him. We literally thought we blew him up. We're like, he's dead. He's gone. Like, he's just fucked. Like, it was just like, we've lost him. He's fucked. We're gonna have to take him to hospital. He's like, we fucked him. Like, what do we, fuck. We've actually fucked him.
Dude, that would have been fucked.
Only
if he did.
thing... Oh, dude, we just pretend that's not a fucking option.
Yeah, that would have been like, fuck.
So yeah, this bloke, we couldn't really make what was happening because we were all, like, freaking out, like, running around, because he was, like, shooting them everywhere. He was shooting them, like, at us at this point. Like, he was riding it, like, them fucking, like, well, like, wooden, like the horse heads on the wooden poles. Yeah. Like you'd have as a kid. You ever had one of those, like, floating around?
Yeah.
He was riding it like that, dude. He had it between his legs and had his hands taped, and if he tried to pull his hands up, it would drag across the ground. And if he tried to pull his hands, like, back any under, well, that's pretty much what he did. He was just he was pretty much, like, in this fetal position, trying to, like, shoot them off into the sky. And, like, dude, one of the things he said to us after it was finished, he was like, because this dude's got, like, long hair, like long hair.
Yeah.
Like Sheila hair. And he was like, I was so scared my hair was going to catch fire, because the way I was, like, dude, he was sitting on, like, his hands and knees with his hands between his legs. Like, I don't know if you can imagine how fucking autistic he looked. It's like sitting, but we couldn't even see him, because every time this thing, like, let off a big thing, it just let off a big, like, thing of light. And every time we were just, like, and we could barely see, and it was all fucking scuffed, but he lived by the end of it. He got, like, one burn, I think, where I think, like, a spark or, like, a bunch of sparks or something, like, got in his shoe, burned a hole in his sock, and, like, gave him a really bad, like, burn on his ankle.
Oh shit.
But they were, like, just sitting, like, they were just sitting there, and they burned a hole through his sock and then just started going through fucking skin, and it was just, it was fucked. It was all fucked when after it, like, stopped going off. And this one went for a lot longer than the smaller one as well. It was like a little fucking little longer, so I think it would have gone for about maybe 20 seconds. The last one went for about, like, 10-15, so maybe even this one went for 15, the last one went for 10. But yeah, so he was, and that's a long time when you've got when you're thinking about it, you're sitting, you're just waiting for this ride to stop. It's like, time goes a lot longer when you're, dangling in a shark tank, if you know what I mean. Like, if you're fucking...
it's like in a fight.
Yeah. So, yeah, he lived that. He got like like a small burn on his ankle. Not, it was a small burn, but the burn itself was pretty fucked. Like, he sent me a Snapchat the next morning, and it was just like pussy as fuck, and it was all just like crisp, and it was rooted. So yeah, after we did that, he's like, yeah, no more. That was fucking like, that was terrifying. And even like the small group that was watching, we were like, nah, that was nah. Like, we're not doing that again. Like, no. Dude, he could have got very munted. So yeah, we were just like, okay, that's enough of taping. We weren't done with the fireworks, but we were done with taping it to people and fucking throwing them in a paddock and running away. And our next thing was blindfolding them and fucking kicking them over when they, after we lighted it. Like, it was ramping up quite heavily, so we just left it with the fireworks. We were like, okay, this could get out of hand very quickly, let's just leave it. I don't think there was any chance we were going to get that bloke to fucking get amongst it again anyway. So, we didn't actually touch the fireworks for a while. We just, I think for the next, by then it was still, I think it was only like 10, 11 o'clock when we were doing all this.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We still, oh yeah, dude, we started early though, like 7, 8, so we'd already be going for like a little, like almost, I think it was like 3 hours. And you don't go easy on a New Year's, you know, you have a bit of fun with it. So we'd already taken a couple shots and, you know, had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the next like hour or so, I think it was, or like hour and a half before midnight, it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. We were just having a couple beers, and you know, just sitting down, and you know, we sort of just come back to the rest of the lads, and we're just chilling.
Yeah, just fucking nearly lit someone up on fire and.
Well, pretty much.
And then you just chill.
I mean, I'm surprised his sock didn't catch fire, to be fair, but it burnt like through his sock, and just fucking, yeah. So yeah, for the most part it was pretty. Well, no, for the most part it was pretty fucking hectic. But for the next little portion, it was just chill. We were just sort of sitting around, not doing a whole heap. We were just talking, and then it got close to midnight, and Dad's mate comes up again. He's because it was only one of Dad's mates who was sort of our mental age, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. He was just fucking like, yeah, let's fucking set this on fire. Let's do some fucking skids. Like, he was just like hectic. So it was pretty much just like a bunch, and then like maybe like I think it was just that one, or no, someone I think. Someone else come, because dude, it was just fucking hilarious. The ideas, like just the idea of it, like we were fucking setting people, like we were pretty much setting people on fire. So of course, people started coming because they just heard of it and they was, oh, well, that's amazing. Let's fucking go have a look.
Sounds good.
And so yeah, there was a couple, but it was mainly just like my like a small group of the people I brought, and like maybe a couple of Dad's mates, which is probably good because we did need the fucking supervision probably. A bunch of fucking teenagers running around with fireworks and duct tape. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sauce.
Oh yeah. So, but it makes for good stories, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, the next hour passes. It comes up to midnight, and he comes up again. He's like, "I've still got like fireworks. Like, he's still got like 2 or 3 of them. Fucking, I think he had like 2 left. He had 2 of them. Of like them big fucking like shooter ones that we taped to him, and heaps of these other little ones, just more display ones. We still have this, it's like a box. It's a big package of fireworks, and we're like, okay, it's coming up to midnight. It's New Year's. We'll set off fireworks at midnight. It's what you do. It's what you do.
Yeah, it's just what you do. Yeah.
So we go to the fireworks. We go over and we're sort of looking at what we got. I'm like, alright, okay, are we gonna set them off the top of the off the top of the bus depot again? And we're all looking at each other like, oh, like we're all by this point like fucking pissed. Like we're all like very large amounts of alcohol consumption thing. Like we're all just sort of like, yeah, look, we've had a bit to drink. It's probably not the greatest idea to get up there. So we decide to go back to the Valiant. We come back over to the Valiant. So we just grabbed like this fucking like the biggest ones we had, like these fucking huge ones. We had like a couple like ones that just shoot up and explode, and then a couple of them little fucking like the cannon ones.
Big ones.
Like ones
like
we had a
little
little
shield rainbow and fucking.
Yeah, like sparkly ones and then colour ones. Like it was all there.
Nice.
Like do like hundreds of dollars worth of fireworks.
Yeah, dude, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah. So yeah, we put them all on. We didn't put any in the car, but we put them on the boot, like just on the boot, which was, no harm's being done. Putting them on the boot, that's fine, really.
Yeah.
And so we line them all up, and light them all. And for the first like 5 seconds, like we light them and they're all going off, and everyone's like, yeah, this is fucking sick, and that's all going on. Then one of the like big tall ones, like how I was saying like how long they were before, the wind must have like caught it and knocked it, like blown it over. This one knocked over, and next to it was one of like the big ones that shoot up and like rip sparkles and shit in the air. So this one knocked over, which in itself is just fucked, because that's like one of the big fucking like firework launchers, plus knocking down the biggest firework there, like that we had it in the box. I've got no boost here, so
that's right.
So yeah, it was like the biggest firework in the box we had. And then so those two fell over, and not everyone realised, but I just remember like sort of not knowing like what happened, but I heard a noise and looked over and saw like there was like something had like shifted, and I was sort of like looking at it curiously, and I just see one of my mates look over me. This is a different mate from the one that fucking had a tail between his legs that was shooting fire from before. This is fucking another mate looked over like there was just fear like in his eyes, and I was like looking over at him, and I was just always stuck with this like very confused look on my face. I was like, what is, like, something's happened. Like you can feel when the energy changes in an area. And I was like, something's happened. And I just look over, and it's only like me and him really looking at each other, and then I see one of Dad's mates scurry so quickly, like not drop his drink, but like put it down so quickly and start running over to these fireworks. I was like, and then like it started just like clicking more and more. I was like, what the fuck? Where is he going? Why is he running at them? And I was just like, okay, like, well, what I'm meant to do. I was like, let him do his thing. He's probably fucking half pissed and just trying to turn himself into a pinata. Good on him. But he's noticed, taken action before anyone else, that these fireworks have fallen over, and he's trying to like fucking stand them up. Still, people haven't realised what's going on. I've sort of figured it out by now. The other bloke who was looking at me, I think he already knew, but was just fucking like freaking out. The big one that shot the fucking, like, the big sparkling one didn't shoot at us. It shot, like, sort of, like, to the, to the left of us. But the big cannon one was like literally aimed like in the middle of the group. Like it was directed right at us. And so yeah, old mate's gone to stick it up. My mate who was looking at me before has started legging it, like he is moving. Like he's like just like moving. I don't think I can stress that enough. Like
he's fucking moving,
hitting it. So, and then still not everyone's clicked on. They're sort of on Snapchat like Happy New Year's. There are some cunts there like trying to feign a fucking New Year's kiss, and it's like no one's paying attention. So, old mate's trying to get over there. He gets like directly in the path. One literally like almost as if it just hits him and bounces off. Like it was so fucking weird. Like it hit him and just pretty much just faded on impact, and it was so fucking weird. And he just kept like running through and you know, trying to fix these fireworks. Meanwhile, they're still going off into the crowd. There's this one Sheila there, who like one like flew past her face. Like there's videos like because people were taking Snapchats going like, oh Happy New Year's, and there's just like in this one bloke's video, it's just like fireworks just fucking like like one shoots past him, one shoots behind him, like they're fucking everywhere. And they're just all amongst the crowd, and it's just fucked. It's a real fucking just mess. And you know, old mate's still trying to save it, and he eventually like gets it up, and it stops going off. And the VE fine, like VE fucking unfazed by all this. One of the shots, Dad had sort of put all of his cars away, right? Sort of away, under covers, mostly because there's a lot of drunk people.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
He's got a tendency of getting in there and doing a skid after a couple drinks. So he's trying to keep him, like, away. He had his, LX hatchback, and they go for bare P. So it's sitting there, and it's sort of like in primate. It's not running. It's like a shell, right? Yeah. Still, as it was sitting, 20 grand, right? Money they are. One of the shots went off and hit like the door and left this big fucking like black mark on it, right? Like this big black mark, and it was like it was almost like it stained the door. And the amount of rage, like, you know, like in the fucking cartoons, how you see like steam coming out the ears and the fucking and the nose, like real fucking like dude, I thought I saw this shit like in Dad. And it's not like it was anyone's fault, but he was just going off like in general, like at live. Like he was just not having it. But yeah, other than that, no real signs of like none of the people in the groups got hurt by it. The only bloke that really got hit was the guy trying to like stand it upright. It didn't really didn't really affect him too heavily. But yeah, he fucking stood that up, sorted that out. But yeah, to be honest, the moral of this story, the rest of the night, it sort of just faded. It was sort of just, you know, after it all happened, like we all just had a bit of a laugh, like, "Whoa, that's pretty hectic." And then we just kept, you know, having a couple drinks and, you know, getting amongst it, just enjoying ourselves. And yeah, nothing. We didn't really touch the fireworks after that. Old mate took him home with him. But yeah, no, it was good. But yeah, the real moral of this story is just maybe don't fuck with fireworks.
Fireworks and strapping them on people.
You
It's not
know,
good.
even setting them off around people can be lethal. But
If you want to risk your life,
Yeah.
fucking send it.
yeah, you know, fucking yeah, pretty much.
So if you like your life, don't do it.
Don't fucking do it. Don't strap fireworks to yourself. It's
Be smart.
Just
Don't
if
dumb.
you do it, just make sure someone's recording you, because fuck, it makes a good Snapchat story. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Fucking
I'm gonna strap fireworks to myself.
sling a fucking. You know, if you're hanging around it, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking beg for likes or subscribers. I only want you fucking liking
Please.
the shit if you actually no. Only if you enjoy the content. No, I don't want fucking. No, I'm just playing. If you're watching this, fucking subscribe, please do it. Do it. I need to feed my kids. But no, if you enjoy the content, like it. If you enjoy it, subscribe. There will most likely be more. But no, look, the more likes, the more subscribers, the better the quality. This is the most scuffed way of recording something, but I think we'll do another video like explaining what the channel's sort of about and how we're doing this and what's going on really, because we're sort of just releasing this sort of like half podcast, half like trying to trying to be professional fucking YouTubers.
I'm trying to get RSCS and fucking trying to get money. Trying to get bitches
Yeah,
on
and
RSCS.
playing Rocket League. No, try and take a bit of, try and take a lesson from these stories. Don't fuck with fireworks.
Most definitely don't fuck with fireworks.
But yeah, cheers for the views, and I may or may not catch you blokes later.